there the whole time.
Okay.
And she's telling me about how he sucks at banging her. Like, she doesn't get enough sex, and, like, she's looking for something else. And I'm like, he's standing literally 4 feet over there. And I'm like, this is greasy.
Poor guy.
This is so greasy. And then, so whatever, like, she gave me her number. I'm like, okay, like, if he's not doing the job, fine, I'll step in.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'll call you tomorrow. And she's like, yeah, please.
Yeah, or you can always give them my number if they need a sex coach, help them out a little bit.
For sure, will do. I'll share contacts.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like texted her the next day, and she's like, I don't even remember giving you my number, and I got to delete this conversation because my boyfriend's gonna get mad. I was like,
oh really?
Like, he told me that your boyfriend was like terrible last night. She was like, oh no, I'm just not getting it enough as I want. Like, she's trying to backtrack.
Oh God!
You don't have to explain it. It's fine. Whatever. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, the examples of that have happened like several times. Like, a friend's friend.
Yeah.
Meets, they're drunk at the bar, they're infatuated at the time, and the next day they're like, oh, never mind, I wasn't, you know.
Alcohol plays such a role.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and then, okay, but not to say that that's the way it always goes, because actually I met the girl that I'm hanging out with her right now.
Yep.
We're dating.
Yeah. She's nice, by the way. I met her at the show, right?
Yeah. Sweet girl, man. And really, like, kind of just gets me on all levels. So she was coming out and watching me, like, kind of semi-regularly. I think I talked to her the first time, got her number, and then I, like, texted her at 4 in the morning, and she ghosted me.
Really?
Because I texted her at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then, so I got crickets, and I was like, okay, another, you know, whatever, wasted opportunity.
Right.
And then she came back again, physically, in person to the bar, and was like, talking to me, and she's like, you know, don't text me.
Don't text you 4 in the morning.
And I was like, okay.
That's how you know she's a good girl, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then she ended up coming back and hanging out with me at a friend's apartment, like after the bar, and we like, you know, shoot the shit or whatever, kicking it, and found out like we kind of just had a good rapport and
good for you,
hanging out. And then I was like, come to this gig with me. Like, I want your company, right? And then she's just like, really? Okay, so for the last 3-4 years, I've been just driving to gigs by myself for the most part.
Yeah.
Unless it's in London and my friends are coming out or whatever. But out of town gigs, I was always going to by myself.
That's lonely, man. Like,
it sucks.
Yeah.
And that's even worse when I'm like, I don't feel like doing it today.
Yeah.
And I gotta go do it by myself. I'm like, ugh.
You got someone there to spend time with.
I got someone that's like down to ride, man, and it's like cool. It's like just someone to lean on.
She's down to ride, but is she also down to ride?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not 14 years old, so.
There we go. Yeah. I guess that's the best I'm going to get out of you tonight, eh? You must really care about this girl. You're not giving me anything to work with.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Which is fine. I appreciate that, and I respect that.
I'm a gentleman.
Yes.
For sure. I just have gotten some attention that, you know, I was lucky to get.
Have you ever gotten yourself into a situation where you thought, like, oh, shit, man, this could be crossing lines at all? Just not, I'm not saying from your standpoint, but like maybe a woman's super hammered or whatever, and you're just like, okay, this could be bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like, and how are you feeling after that? Because I think we all have to some extent, but this is what we want for university and college kids to know that, like.
Okay, a perfect example.
Yeah, give me an example.
I was at the bar one night playing, and this girl was hammered, and she like wanted to fool around like at the bar. She's like trying to make out with me, and I was like, I don't even know this girl. This is awkward for me because she's wasted, and okay, yeah, I like to like kiss girls, but not in front of everybody at a bar when I'm playing, and not when she's so clearly intoxicated.
Yeah, sure.
So I was like, all right, just chill or whatever. And then like got back to the after party we were going to, and she came. At this point, she was falling over drunk, but like begging for it, and so like dragging me into the bathroom or into a buddy's bedroom and like trying to, you know, do this stuff, and I'm like, she's falling over into chairs and furniture and knocking shit over, and I'm like, no, like put your fucking clothes back on. This is not happening.
Good for you,
like,
man.
I feel terrible.
Good for you, because a lot of guys honestly would have taken advantage of that situation, no problem.
No, I felt like a scumbag.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you've got a good heart, man, and hopefully people learn that in those situations, there could be a woman that's absolutely screaming yes at the time. If she's that intoxicated, you don't have fucking permission.
Oh no,
man.
I was like, no, like you're fucking hammered, like go away. And she just like grabbed me and pulled me, and I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So now I'm basically being assaulted.
Yeah, I know. Have you felt like that? Because I felt like that before.
I've
had
had some
like,
very forward, pushy girls, man, and I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's hot. Sometimes like all right, but there's other times where
there was an example. Okay, I was playing at this restaurant. It wasn't really a bar. It was like a restaurant, and this bartender was blatantly hitting on me, like, and it wasn't even sugar coated whatsoever. She's like, I will suck your dick in the bathroom right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, first of all, no. Like, she was not attractive whatsoever.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how she never even likes white boys, is what she said.
Really? So that was threatening already.
I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then she's like, and then I found out she's about to get married like in a couple of weeks. So I was like, holy fuck, Sleaze City.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I was just like, respectfully, like I'm flattered or whatever, but no. And she's like, just keep it in your back pocket, you know, we could have a good time. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to get out of there.
It's tough, eh? Because let's face it, men get rap, like the rap is being dogs. And I mean, oftentimes I'm bad for it too. I'll think of like all the greasers I see out there, but a lot of the times these women are just as bad and sometimes worse.
They're out there.
Yeah, so it goes both ways, and it's one of those things where sexual assault does happen to women, but it also happens to men from times, and it's less likely reported by men because...
Well, obviously, if I want to say no, I don't want to do this, then there's no way I'm going to forcibly get made to do it.
Yeah.
First of all, my equipment barely even works after a night of drinking.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Secondly, this girl is not going to be able to physically make me do anything because I'm 3 times the size of her. So.
Yeah, it's a little different, and I think that kind of shows, you know, the example of size difference and how society really views it as like, oh, well, you're a bigger man, you should be able to handle it. But there are times when it does happen, right? I mean,
for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we're lucky that both of us are a fairly good size and we can handle ourselves. Yeah. But
no, I mean, and it sounds weird because you're like, guys in general would probably be like, oh, why would you ever turn it down? Like somebody trying to do that to you. And it's like,
yeah,
because I mean, I can't live with myself if I knew I just took advantage of somebody who probably won't even remember this tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%.
There's no way I can do that. I've got a conscience.
Yeah.
And it weighs heavily on all my decisions from day to day. So I feel guilt maybe exponentially more than other people.
Yeah. That's not a bad quality to have, man.
No, guilt really is a powerful motivator for me to do the right thing.
Good for you. Yeah. And the thing is, dude, it seems like from someone who kind of, you know, we've known each other a while now. We got real tight in Europe, forcibly so. But also, I think that like having this talk with you now, we never really even talked about some of these issues. And now that like I know you that much more, it seems like you've been following a really good path, and you've always followed your heart. And I think that if you continue to do that, even into success, you'll be fucking a force to be reckoned with. You know.
I mean, like I'm 29 now, almost 30, so like
you got lots of time.
There's not really going to be too much that's going to change my way of thinking.
Sure.
You know, I don't want to ever be. I hate ego. Ego is the most unattractive quality.
I agree.
To me in a person.
Yeah.
It turns me off immediately.
100%.
Because I think I spent
real.
a lot of time laying on the sand, staring up at the stars. Maybe like under the influence of some psychedelic.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I've looked up at the stars a lot. And
He's a philosopher too, ladies and gentlemen.
I am an insignificant piece of dust.
Yeah.
Floating by.
Sometimes, you know what though, dude? Sometimes it's nice to bring yourself back to that at the end of the day. Do what you love. Really, does it make a difference in the end?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I can wake up happy every day, then
you're ahead of the game.
Laughing.
You're ahead of the game.
And that's all that matters to me. And and like I said, I just try to be as humble as possible because I am by no means any kind of a star. And I just don't want anyone to ever think that I think that.
Yeah, sure.
Because no, I'm not. I'm a grinder musician.
You've proven that. Yeah.
If anything happens and I do become something, awesome. But I grinded for that shit. Like,
sure.
It wasn't just handed to me.
And if it doesn't, let's say that will you be happy doing like this for the rest of your life? If
fuck yeah, I
perfect.
could sit at a pub until I was old and gray and like just
sure.
That's what I never honestly expected that I'd ever really get anywhere big.
Yeah.
And that still remains to be seen if that's going to happen. Like
right.
I got my fingers crossed with this new project and everything, but I was content. I said to myself one day, if I can just sit in a pub 2 or 3 nights a week,
yep,
play a few songs, drink a couple beers, and somehow move somebody that night,
yeah,
that's great. Not many people can do that.
No, man, and that's just by you doing what you love and getting up in the morning and pursuing your passion.
Yeah.
And I think that even if you do become this rich and famous success story, which I hope you do, but money isn't going to do anything for you other than amplify the person you already are.
I got everything I need in my life right now. I mean,
right.
I live modestly, I say, but I mean,
right.
I have great friends. I have great family. I mean, I'm looked after no matter what happens. I'm good. Like,
yeah.
I got so many people that I care about and that care about me. Honestly, just surrounding myself with those people is rewarding. And
yeah.
Bob Marley said one time in an interview, I watched actually on the flight back from the UK. And,
I think you were telling me about that.
And some guy asked him, like, how much money do you have? Like, how many cars do you have? And, like, what's it like being rich? And he's like, oh, man. He's like, you talk about material things. Like, that's not rich to me. Like,
yeah.
It's love and passion and
relationships,
camaraderie,
connection.
And yeah, those are the kind of things that are rewarding in life. Like I know some people that have got $1 million in the bank and they're miserable assholes.
Dude, I know so many people like that. And it will. I mean, the more money that you have, the more it will amplify the person you are. So if you've got a good heart like yourself and you're staying humble, when you make these monumental moves. Yeah. And line your pockets, you're going to use that to better the world and help others. Sure. I can feel it already, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Someone that puts so much time and dedication into people with, with special needs, right? I mean, you've got a good head on your shoulders and you're going to put it in the right place. So anything... I think, man, I'm wishing you the best of luck. I pull for you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And likewise, like, it goes the other way. Like, I see you up here doing your hustle, man, and, like, good for you.
Thanks, buddy.
And I appreciate you having me on the show because, number one, I missed you. I haven't seen you in a
while.
Yeah,
I know.
It's been good catching up.
Yeah.
And I'm just proud that you're doing something that you're, passionate about, and you're working your ass off to, like, get off the ground.
Thanks, buddy.
And from where it started to where it is now, like, you can see the improvement.
Absolutely.
And how far you've come, so.
Man, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And, I mean, this all started, a lot of this idea started over in the UK because, man, we were spending time together, but I felt like, I miss my friends that I can't see because I'm sober, for those that are watching. So I don't go to the bar. I can't catch up with people. Right. And so this is my way of kind of reconnecting to a lot of the people that I lost connection with.
For sure.
So with that being said, I hope that some of you will come and join me on here like Zach did today. Don't be intimidated. We're not going to push it too far. As you can see, I pushed to get Zach to tell me his exact sexual stories and conquest, and he resisted, so we're going to respect that tonight.
Yes.
So anything you want to say about sex, relationships, mental health, motivation, I mean... Your story to me is more motivating than anything else about people that are grinding it out right now and just to keep going because you faced a lot of shit.
Yeah, man. If I could finish off with anything, I'd just say don't let obstacles slow you down from doing what you want to do, and don't let things consume you outside of your realm of passion, like stress at work, stress with your family, stress with your friends, other relationships. Always go back to your core passion and just try to like focus on that and build it in any way you can, whatever it might be, because that's what's going to keep you grounded, and that's what's going to like relieve those stresses and everyday tensions that you might feel, and just being able to do what you love.
Yep.
Whether it's building fucking Lego sculptures or
how did you know that's what I love to do?
Whatever it is, just do that shit and be happy, because life's too short to piss around being miserable all the time.
I agree 100%. So that's good advice. And yeah, man, come back anytime. I think that's where we'll end it tonight.
Sweet.
Come back. We'll see you guys again in a few days for our Woman Crush Wednesday portion. And we've got some other stuff coming up that you're going to want to tune in for. So thanks for tuning in tonight, guys, and we will see you again next time. All right. See you later, Zach.